Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Schnozzcast. Your hosts tonight, Bob, Cory, and Todd. Let's start with Todd. I never start with Todd. Let's start with Todd. Todd, how are you, sir?
I am cold chilling, baby. Cold chilling.
And Cory Selesky, how are you, sir?
Oh, hey, you dirty little freaks.
All right, everybody, if you're new to the show, thank you for joining us. You can find us out there on any of the podcast streaming services, wherever you get a podcast, if you want to listen to previous episodes. If you want to reach out to us, you can get us at schnozzcast@gmail.com for any of your questions or requests for relationship advice, and we will answer each and every one of them in turn.
Candy cane. Candy cane.
Yeah, we haven't heard from Candy Cane in a while.
In order received.
That's right.
Candy cane.
Unless your email is really funny, then we're going to respond to that one first.
So, boys, a couple of things right off the fucking bat. I'm just looking at my phone, and it looks like Michigan State and BC are
Boston College. Boston College.
Tied at 16, starting the fourth quarter. I did not realize it was that close. But we've been podcasting for the last hour or so, and I haven't been watching the score.
Well, thank you for the update.
I'm watching the Shadur show.
Are you?
Yep.
Spell that.
The Shadur show?
Yeah.
I think it's Shedeur. Shadur.
Ooh, okay.
Sanders.
He threw that EUR in there. I'm like, that's got to be right. Todd couldn't have made that up off the top of his head.
Hadur.
Yes, Hadur. The other thing I wanted to say real quick was that I watched them. We talked about this, and I'm not sure when this episode's going to air, but today Michigan played USC today, and won in the last 37 seconds. But the thing I didn't realize, Todd, was I watched the whole game. Oh, well, I won't say the whole game, almost the whole game. And
don't you lie to the fucking people.
Yeah, nothing but truth from the Schnozzcast.
Good Lord.
I did have to go out and get food at some point, so I listened to it in the car while I was out there. But anyway, the point is, when I was watching it and they were doing the drone shot overhead, I did not realize, this is how dumb I am, Todd. I'm just going to come right out and say it. I'm so dumb. I'm like, oh, that's kind of fucking cool. They changed the color of the seats where every other section is yellow now. I did not realize they were doing a stripe out today.
It was the maize out, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's what they officially call it. The maize out.
Is that Todd's the number one Michigan fan here? So what's the official?
Well, clearly I think so.
I'm not. I was going to say I'm a huge
watch any of the
Michigan fan.
game?
I'm not familiar with. Yeah. Did I?
No, I know you did. I'm asking Cory, but Todd, what is it called? A stripe out, a maize out? What's it called?
I'm not sure. It could maize out sounds about right. Though.
Well, because they didn't all wear maize. That's the thing.
Maize and blue.
Everybody in every other section wore maize, and the other ones wore blue. So that was it was referred to on social media as a stripe out. That's what I'm going about.
That makes sense to me. Either way, I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm so dumb. I'm like, oh, they fucking colored the seats. That's pretty amazing. Did not realize. God damn, I'm so dumb.
So from the University of Michigan Athletics.
Well, they can't be trusted.
On mgoblue.com.
Those double fucks can't be trusted.
Go blue.
/feature/maize out. Michigan football maize out.
There you go.
For today's game.
Correct.
All right,
corn out.
maize out it is.
Get your corn out. Look, hey, Bob, look at my jersey. Look at my maize out.
You definitely, no, you just happen to have worn that one today. Because if you were in every other section, you would wear the other one. And again, it's not, when you say it's a stripe out, I go, oh, that makes sense because it's not like everyone in the stadium wore the yellow jersey today.
Dude. They were supposed to.
Well, they all fucked up then.
Dude.
All 90,000 people fucked up.
Hey,
45,000.
I think Todd has to. He wants to say something. Should we let him say it, or should we just keep talking?
Let's just keep talking.
Okay. Dude, yes, Todd.
Look at the video from the first show today. I sure did stripe out, bitch.
Oh, fuck you. Now I got to go back and watch it and see he was wearing the blue jersey, wasn't he?
From what I recall, yes, he was.
God damn it.
Maize out, baby.
I hate it when Todd's right. Hey, speaking of hating that, we're going to start with a shot for the show. We're a drinking podcast, so if you've got something handy, grab it, whether it's a beer, a shot, whatever it is.
Roll over in that bed, grab that fifth of
Make
vodka,
yourself
sit on the nightstand.
an old-fashioned, or perhaps a mint julep, if you're so inclined, and join us.
Mint julep.
Yeah. I was trying to think of the hardest drink to just throw together. I'm like, probably anything that requires a little muddling. It'd be a little tough.
Go ahead and make yourself a fresh mojito.
Yep.
Ooh, that's lasting a long time on that one, huh?
Are we going to do the shot or no?
I'm going to cut that right out. So, cheers, baby.
Cilantro.
Cheers, boys.
I'm going to say thank you right now, Todd, for not hitting the cilantro button.
That's the good stuff.
And we're going to jump here right into...
Don't you have a question for me?
Do I?
You do. Thanks for asking, Bob. I'm drinking New Belgian Brewing's Atomic Pumpkin Beer. That's what I'm drinking tonight.
You're right.
You told
I did
me
have a question.
I need to switch it up. And for my shot,
I did,
it's
but I didn't
apple
also
season.
say that I'm required to ask you every time. You could just announce it.
Like you just
just
did.
did.
Right.
Because it's a maize out day, baby.
And let me guess, Crown Apple?
Get your maize out. Crown apple.
Yep.
It's apple season, bitch.
Apple
Although,
season, bitch.
we've been sharing a shared experience of late for both of us.
Have we?
Well, yes, because I
Have you been
Started
jerking off with your left hand as well?
So you guys are both blowing dudes now?
not if there's anything wrong with that,
If
Corey.
you jerk off
I
with your
didn't,
left
say
hand,
there, I didn't say there was. It's just a coincidence that you guys are both doing it.
if you jerk off with your left
We're
hand,
both
it's like there's
watching. We're
somebody else
both
doing
watching
it, so.
We're both watching The Wire.
We are, because the last, not the most recent, but the second most recent gentleman's agreement assignment I got from Todd was The Wire, and I had never watched it. It's been on my watch list. It's in the top 20 best TV shows ever, and I feel like a fucking asshole for never having watched it, and I was glad I got assigned it, and it was so good. I didn't just watch the first 2 hours of it. I watched the whole first season, and it was great. So...
and I was so inspired by your commentary throughout. I started rewatching it. And by the way, for those of you who've seen it, it's worth a rewatch because it is really, 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 really that good. And the one thing I thought about, I noticed I don't have any at home. I have to pick some up next time around at the liquor store. But I think I might change up the one non kind of fruity flavored shot thing that I don't mind doing shots of is regular Jameson's, because I do like my Irish whiskey, but all my Irish whiskey is kind of top shelf, and I feel a little bit dirty shooting it. But I think I'm going to go pick up a fifth of the 5-year-old Jameson's and add that to my shot repertoire, because I do like some Jameson's.
Yeah, I gotta say, and you haven't seen it yet, Corey, but I feel like it's going to be no time at all before Todd assigns it to you as well. I might even do it. But
that is one I have not seen.
One of the main characters is a detective whose character's name is Jimmy McNulty, and he doesn't necessarily have a drinking problem, at least not as far as the first season goes. But as an Irish fella, played by an Englishman, which is crazy, he's seen a few times with a pint of Jameson that he takes a pull of now and again. So
whilst working,
I think it's funny, Bob, that you said that's
always.
crazy. Bob,
Yeah.
think of this. Watch any one of Idris Elba's commercials these days when he speaks in his British accent.
Oh, well,
and the character he plays. That's a
great
far
point.
departure as well.
I think I've said it in previous episodes, probably right after I watched this and had to give my review, that the crazy part about watching a show that's that old, that I'd never seen before, is seeing all the people who subsequently after that show got famous or went on to do really, really great things. And I had no idea that they were in the show. Michael K. Williams is one of them, who'd since passed, God rest his soul.
There's so many who passed away from
who
that
played
show.
Omar.
Lance Reddick.
Is he in the first season?
Yeah, he's the captain. The lieutenant, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, yes. Yeah, you're right. And he had a big role on Lost as well, and that's the only place I knew him from because I'd never seen The Wire. And to see him as the captain in The Wire, I was like, this dude
lieutenant
is the lieutenant. Sorry, this dude is a serious actor. So, it was a great. I look forward to continuing to watch it. I'm going to watch the whole thing. I just after season 1, I'm like, I need to take a break, and I usually do that. I'm either going to watch a season of something else, or I'm going to watch this movie and this movie, this movie, and then I'll come back to it. So, with that, we're going to move into airing of grievances.
The Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're gonna hear about it. As a rain blows upon him, I realized there had to be another way. What happened to the dump? It was destroyed.
To me, Todd, it's the as I rain blows upon him. That's what I want to hear. And after that, I could pull the volume down. That's my favorite Frank Costanza quote from Seinfeld. And I know I say Seinfeld. Corey's like, "What? Fuck you, Seinfeld."
I mean, I haven't heard
that's
any.
That's why I put it in there. That is such an awesome quote. I love that. The pugilist in me loves that.
When I assigned you Seinfeld, I gave you specific episodes, but I cannot remember if I signed. I'd have to look back and see if I assigned you the Festivus episode.
I don't remember, to be honest with you.
But at the end of the day, even if I didn't, it doesn't matter, because even if I assigned you another 5, you're not going to want to watch them. It's one of those things where I've learned this about you, Corey, and it's no knock against you or anything like this. It's not your bag.
I put my time in with Seinfeld.
Yeah,
that's not my bag, baby.
That's not my bag, baby.
Yeah, but I think we actually made a rule that I made a note of. What is the rule? Oh, we actually have in OneNote we have a category called unassignable shit. For Corey, all I have for you there is Lost. I don't have Seinfeld.
You should add Seinfeld.
Now, but once upon a time we did make a rule to say like something can only not be assigned to somebody if the following happens. Like if you get assigned it twice, and then the second time, like that's it. Like after that, you can't do it.
I don't recall.
Maybe it was. Did you get assigned Lost twice?
Yes.
Did I?
You did. Yeah. Nick tried to get you to watch it multiple parts of it.
That dirty bastard.
Yeah.
Another
But
reason why I hate the show.
I feel like I need to do the right thing and just add Seinfeld to this list, so I'm doing that right now.
I appreciate that.
Yep. Now,
right,
I will say no one else has anything in this segment, in this section of OneNote other than you.
I'm all right with that.
There's no one else has anything unassignable to them other than you. You've got 2. The rest of us have nothing.
This is
well, actually, then we should go back to everything I gave an F- to that has a sequel or multiple.
If only Kevin Cromwell, our
former historian,
former Schnozzcast historian, was keeping track of that. I could tell you that, but we have not been trying.
Fuck you, Kevin.
Wow.
Jesus.
That'll get him back as our historian.
Yeah. I'm not sure that's why he left.
Bag.
He might actually view that as a challenge. To be honest,
I hope he does.
Well, I'd like to think that he would hear this and be challenged. But I feel like you're going to have to reach out to him and go, Todd just threw down the fucking gauntlet to you.
Don't go having any more kids, Kevin.
Oh, that ain't going to happen. Getting in the way between Kevin and his fucking baby making, that ain't going to happen. How many's he got now? 7, 8?
I think he's like 9 or 10 the last time.
It's a large number.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not sure he's done yet.
He almost has enough for his own football team.
All right. So, airing of grievances. Todd Dillon.
Yeah, boy.
What is sticking in your craw this week, sir?
This is I think I've beefed on them before, but Xfinity, Comcast, whatever the fuck you want to call yourselves, I've had enough. These mofos call me up again and again and again. I'm like, no, I'm good. And then finally, like, hey, we got a great deal for you. We noticed you aren't using your landline. I'm like, yeah, I don't use my landline. They're like, you're still paying for it. I'm like, cancel that shit. And they're like, okay, but how about this? We actually can save you money.
So they called you trying to get you to spend more money, and you're turning it into like, I'm going to spend less money with you.
Yeah. And then, but get this, It turns out it's going to be a win-win. They're like, hey, but she goes, would you use that number if it was a mobile phone? And I'm like, no. I knew I wouldn't mind a drop phone. You know what I mean? What? So yeah, let me,
get a cheaper burner from the fucking corner store. The God bless you, Bob store.
Anyway.
You get a cheaper burner from there.
They're like, yeah, we can save you a ton of money. Send you over a brand new phone and transfer your home number to the phone. I'm like, if you're going to save me money, send me that phone, a phone that I might use and not like the one I don't use. Sign me up. Let's do it. And we go through the whole dance. And then the first thing where I knew I should have said just no, because I actually did say no. She's like, in about 3 days, you're going to get a call and you're going to have to cancel your home phone service.
That
I'm
sounds
like,
so shady.
whoa. I go, wait a minute. It is. I'm like, whoa. I go, you can't cancel that shit right now. You're selling me the new thing. Cancel the old thing and tell me what my bill's going to be. Oh, no, that's a different department. I'm just here to do this. And you're going to get a call, and then they're going to ask you if you'd like to cancel it. And I'm like, wait, you're telling me you're going to switch the number from the one phone to the new phone, but I'm going to be paying for both until I get a call. And it's got to be, and of course, you guys are going to try one time, and then wait a week. So I'll keep paying for this bitch until 2 years from now I'm paying for two things. And I'm like, you know what?
Yep.
No, like you said, Bob, I go, sounds shady. Cancel all this shit right now. Yep. You know what's amazing? When you tell them to cancel all the shit, after they got you to agree and sign up, she's like, hold on 1 second. I just sent you a link. You can cancel your home phone service. I'm like, bitch, how come you didn't send me that in the first place? And then, dude, so then I'm like, and I go, you said this was being recorded from the beginning? I go, I'm not trying to be mean to you, lady, but I just want to tell you that my experience so far, horrible. I go, anybody listening, I go, and I'm not blaming you as a person. I go, I think your training is bad. The way you guys do this, horrible. I go, so hopefully you guys get this on tape. And if anybody wants to call me up. So anyway, we go through, I click the button, the link, go in. I'm able to cancel my landline service and then sign up for this new service. And she's like, and the phone, everything's absolutely free. And we get to the end, Bob.
Yep.
And then you know what she says?
I don't.
We just need one payment of $17. And I'm like, I'm not going to call you a name. I'm not going to say what's coming to my brain. But I'm like, I thought you told me this was all free. Oh, it is, sir. It's 100% free. And she says, the only thing you have to pay for is shipping. I go, and I did. I'm like, this is being recorded, right? She says, yes, it is. I go, for the record, free is 0 followed by all zeros. And I'm like, for anybody who doesn't understand it, and again, this is a phone conversation, so I can't read the small print because there is none, because we're actually having a conversation. Dude, I went on a diatribe about what free meant, and I'm like, how nobody at the beginning, I'm like, how come you don't lead with, other than shipping, this is 100% free. I'm like, how come you don't lead with that? I go, that way I know that I got to walk downstairs to get my wallet to get a credit card out to pay $17 for this thing. So anyway, Bob, here's my beef. That's not even my beef. That's not my grievance.
Jesus. Get their sued, sir.
These motherfuckers, and you know I don't use that word about people.
You use that word like people say the or really.
You just referred to her as a bitch several times.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers sent me a phone and then a little script. They're like, oh, charge the phone and then follow these steps to activate your phone. And when you go to activate it, the after it asks for the very basic information, like who you are and your account number, guess what it says then, Bob?
Enter your social security number and your bank account routing number.
No, they're like, hey, enter the number of the enter the name and account.
What number am I thinking of? Enter that right now.
No. Enter the company and the account number of the cellular service you're transferring the phone over to from. And you can, so it has like T-Mobile and all these other vendors in there, but at the very end it has other. And I'm like, okay, well, this is kind of a silly prompt because I'm not transferring another cellular service. I'm transferring Xfinity's own service, and they should know that, right?
Hold on. Hold on. Clarifying question. At any point here, did you say this was a bad idea? I should probably stop this right now. And
it was already too.
Get on with my life.
I'm moved on, dude. I'm telling you. After I explained free to them, the whole thing was all done, and I'd already canceled my other service. And so this is days later when the phone arrives. I need to set the phone up. So this is two separate sessions. So it's already too late because I've already signed up for the service. But what I'm telling, my grievance is actually, like I said, I was giving you the setup. My grievance is this. These dumb bitches sent me a phone, and the only way you can activate it is to tell them what cellular provider and account number you're transferring it from. and they don't give you any sense of what it's like. There's no option to say, hey, I'm transferring one of your own internal numbers, not another thing. And I'm like, well, I can game the system. I'll use other, put in my Xfinity account number, and that should cover it, right? No, it doesn't. After 2 hours on the phone with another motherfucker, dude, I get transferred to yet another motherfucker who goes, oh, I know what's going on. We're supposed to transfer your landline number to the mobile phone we just sent you. That's a whole different department. Dude. Yeah. And it gets...
Well, that sounds horrible.
This is the last beef. The last bit of my beef.
Okay.
So finally, after they transfer me to the last dude's like, oh, I know what's going on. It's going to take me a little bit of time, but I'll port your home number over to your new cellular phone. I'll get you all set. I'm like, perfect. How long do I have to wait? He's like, it's going to take me about 15 minutes to set it up. So about an hour and a half later, he goes, good news. I have it all set up. And I go, awesome. When can I expect to be able to use this phone? 5 to 14 business days, Bob.
Wow.
So, yeah. My grievance is this.
No, I think we got your grievance.
You suck ass through a straw. Through a straw.
I think that the grievance took almost as long as that whole process with Xfinity.
Just about. Here we are 14 business days later.
Dude, I'm sweating. Dude, I have a brand new phone I can't use with no number, and I couldn't use my home phone line anyway. But yeah, anyway, they suck ass through a straw.
All right, I'm going to pivot. I'm going to pivot here very quickly and bring up something that we had talked about earlier in the week, and it fucking tickled my fancy. So I'm like, no, we gotta dig into this a little bit more. And that is, how do we feel, boys, about the following concept? Going to a festival, right? Whether it's Lollapalooza, well, it's probably not Lollapalooza, but let's say it's like the Downtown Hoedown, or it's Country Jam Fest 2024. Let's assume that's a thing. And seeing
Ho-Fest?
Lots of good-looking girls, but they're wearing either jean shorts, cut-off jean shorts, or skirts with cowboy boots.
No, thank you. Put that on the shelf, buddy. Nah. You lost
It's
me.
a bit of a setup.
Me.
It's a bit of a setup because I knew that that's how Todd would react, but we talked about it very, very briefly, and I didn't get a chance to hear Cory weigh in, and Todd was really, really brief with his comments. So I'm like, no, we need to table this, and we'll talk about it more on the show because I have a lot of questions.
You're trying to get me in a fight with the girl dinner girls.
I am not, and I'm not sure why. Why would I do that?
I don't know why you are.
I'm just talking about.
You're gonna get me. You're gonna get me speaking freely, Bob.
Ladies in general. Wearing either cut off jean shorts or skirts with cowboy boots. Now, it depends on the show. Like generally, the kind of concerts I go to, I'm not going to see a lot of that. But if I were to go to like a Keith Urban show, I finally remembered Nicole.
Okay.
I finally remembered from our conversation the other night. Nicole Kidman's husband's name. It's Keith Urban. Or if I were to go to like a downtown hoedown, kind of like a country fest, which
do they still do that?
I don't know if they did. But that's the only one I literally did go to that back in the 90s.
We went a couple times.
Both of us?
No, not you.
Yeah,
Danielle
but
and I.
right. So I've been to that show, and I would go again just for the people watching and the general vibe. But to me, if a woman's wearing cowboy boots and skirt or shorts, it's not necessarily a turnoff as much as it's like you're presenting yourself in a particular way, right?
Well, yeah, as reverse cowgirl.
Yeah, the reverse of a cowgirl.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going for.
I wouldn't expect to see that.
The reverse?
The reverse.
I wouldn't expect to see that at like a Suicidal Tendencies show or a Misfits show, but
Probably not.
going
Probably
to a
not.
country show, like that's what I would expect to see. And I know it's waiting there for me. And were I single and were I on the prowl, then that's what I would be, looking for. I wouldn't have any problem with that.
So here's how we figure this out. Let's find when Garth Brooks is coming to town.
There you go.
Garth Brooks. Do you mean Chris Gaines?
No, he hasn't gone by Chris Gaines in years, buddy.
Yeah, but he did go by Chris Gaines. And
He
that's
did, and then he
all,
re-
that's
Yeah,
all
but that's
that
a long
matters to
time
me.
ago.
And then he realized it was
Long
a
time ago, Granddad. You
stupid
probably
idea.
still call.
No, I don't think he ever realized it was a stupid idea. I think he's going to take that to his grave going like, that was a great idea I had.
He tried to Mellencamp, bro.
He tried to what? Are you
Mellencamp.
turning Mellencamp into a verb?
Yeah, he tried to Mellencamp because he was John Cougar.
But that's not that's not even the same thing.
It is the same thing.
No, because Garth Brooks assumed. And by the way, Lori had no idea that this actually happened, and I blew her mind when I told her this. But Garth Brooks assumed the identity for like a whole album and a subsequent tour of this singer named Chris Gaines, who was not a country artist. He's like, hey, all of a sudden, like, I'm not Garth Brooks anymore. I mean, I don't even look like Garth Brooks. Like, I got a new haircut. I put on some fucking rouge to accentuate my cheekbones.
Grew out his soul patch.
Yep. And I'm Chris Gaines now. And I'm playing like really, it's like alternative music, but it's really tame. And that's my jam now. And the entire world went, what the fuck? No. And then after that,
You went back to Garth
he's
Brooks.
like, guess what? I'm Garth Brooks again. But the whole world was like, yeah, but we can't forget the whole Chris Gaines thing.
Stupid ass movie, man.
So it's not like he.
I can't remember John Cougar. I mean, I can't
But
remember.
John
That's
Cougar
all I remember.
and John
Cougar.
Cougar Mellencamp is the same dude doing the same music. He just changed his
His
name.
mama didn't name him Cougar.
That's true.
So what's-
but
what-
he did the same type of music. He didn't.
we can also look
He
at it
didn't
this
go
way.
like, I'm fucking death metal now.
We can also look at it this way too, Todd. Prince changed his name several times throughout
That
the
is
years.
true. But he also
Only to get over on the man.
Well, not to get over on the man, but to get something that he felt was his back from the man. He also didn't change his
That's
music.
kind of getting
Exactly.
over on the man.
Yeah. So the whole Garth Brooks and Chris Gaines thing, totally different than Mellencamp and Prince, I think.
So let me ask you guys this.
Tomato.
So I looked up Garth Brooks concert dates.
Yeah.
If you had to take a guess at what one ticket for entry into a Garth Brooks show,
Like lowest price? Like
Yeah.
back of the pavilion
Yeah.
or back of the arena?
yeah,
Lowest price. I would say
$1.75.
Fuck. No, I would say $80.
holy fucking Todd was way closer than you.
Has Garth Brooks done something of consequence recently that I've
He's
not
got
aware
friends in low places, bitch.
He's had friends in low places
He
for
does, Todd.
2
He does.
decades. Todd, he's doing nothing more than Jimmy Buffett did, and Jimmy Buffett didn't charge me fucking $175.
Todd, I'll tell you what. Garth needs to start saying he's got friends in high places. $453.
That's the minimum?
Yeah.
We're at.
Las Vegas.
We're at.
Oh, okay. So that's the Las Vegas might
Yeah.
be an
That's a
amalgam.
captive crowd.
Yeah, that's a different. Where if you told me like he was going somewhere in the Midwest, you know what I mean?
Right. So
Iowa State Fair.
So it looks like he must have a residency in Las Vegas because that's
Yeah, that's
the
a
only
totally
place.
different thing.
So now the further out the shows go, so like
Give me some other locations, some other dates.
he has other dates, but they're all in
All
Las
Vegas?
yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, so
But
He-
the further out you go, they do go down to like this one is December 5th. It's
Yeah.
at $253 a ticket.
yeah, that's still bullshit because
Yeah, it
those people are there to spend money. That is a completely isolated and not a good comparative.
It'll be a
study.
smaller venue too.
Adele, Gaga,
The Coliseum Theater. at
Garth
Caesars?
Brooks. Is he doing it
it's not that
Sphere?
big.
Like
No, it's the
Grateful
Sphere.
Dead did the Sphere.
It's
and
in
sold it
Caesars,
out.
Bob.
They made millions and millions and millions of dollars from being like a week at the Sphere. Vegas is a totally different animal.
But like I said, that apparently he's doing a residency there because that's the only place he's playing.
Yeah.
It's in Caesar, so you can. That gives you a scale. It's a very, very nice, intimate concert.
It's gonna be like a dinner show. Like those people aren't gonna be getting up out of their seats. They're gonna be sitting the whole.
They got
time.
low friends in low places.
These are high friends sitting in low places. I think.
They'll definitely be high.
Sitting in very high places with that kind of price.
Yeah. Yeah. So, is there a grievance attached to that Garth Brooks thing?
For me,
No, you're the one who digressed. You digressed from the ladies in cowboy boots.
Yeah. Well, that was my original question. Did you ever answer that, Todd?
I did.
Right
No,
off the
it's
bat,
a no
you're like,
for
no,
me.
thank you. No, thank
It's
you.
a no. It's a no for me. I don't I don't like ladies in shorts and skirts and cowboy boots because they got no. It does, and I don't know if they wear socks in there, but I got this weird foot thing. I think when I see women in cowboy boots and shorts or skirts, I think foot odor, and it's a turnoff. Can't get past it.
when Todd's about to lick a woman's foot, he wants to know
Oh,
it's
good.
clean.
He
I
would
wouldn't lick
never
a foot.
woman's
You
foot,
exactly
yeah.
never, not in a gazillion years.
Would you give a foot massage?
No,
Okay. Even if you watched them wash
No.
it right before you did it.
no,
Even if you washed it,
no,
would you feel better if you'd washed
No.
the feet?
Bob, no feet.
All right.
What if
He's making it pretty clear.
No,
What if Garth Brooks was like, Todd, I will give you all the revenue that I create from 1 year of my concert events in Las Vegas
If
if you licked a woman's foot.
Nope,
You're full of shit. You're full of shit.
yeah.
nope,
Lying bastard.
nope.
I'd be like, listen, Chris, or Garth, whatever you want me to call you. You find whatever foot you want
found
in
the
that
right
grind.
friend in a low place.
I'm in a low place, Garth.
I feel like what you're suggesting here, Corey, is that we start doing like a "Would you rather" segment on this podcast.
I mean, we always could.
Because that's what it's coming down to.
Because no,
Like, would you rather? The only thing you didn't do is present him with another equally unappealing option.
True.
Yeah, we may have to talk about this in the production meeting.
hey, but just so we get to the same level. You remember the time I blacked out when I tried to manscape?
Yeah.
Well,
I'd rather do that 10 more times than lick a foot or touch it.
Wow. Okay. Well, that would be the would you rather. Like, okay,
Yeah.
would you rather lick a
yeah,
woman's foot
yeah.
or shave?
Try and
shave-
using a Relco to manscape.
Yeah.
And
On
by the way,
stage in Las
any
Vegas.
new listeners out there, don't ever use your Norelco floating heads razor to manscape because
Well, it lifts and
I
cuts.
forgot it lifts and cuts.
Yeah.
And it'll pull your whole scrotum into the frickin' the blade chamber.
I'll take your scrotum right off.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're interested in listening to that again, go back and if you send us an email at shazcast@gmail.com, I will do the hard work to
Find out what episode
which
it was?
episode, and I will send you the link.
Oh, man.
Goodness.
Yeah, absolutely.
I saw Jesus.
The other thing I wanted to bring up to you guys, Michigan State leads BC 19-16 with 2:41 left to go in the game.
They should.
Just released today, the top 5 comedy podcasts on Apple Podcasts.
Of all time?
No. These are podcast charts, right? So they track this. So as of this week, the current top 5 comedy podcasts on Apple Podcasts in the USA.
And we're number one.
Not the
Holy
world.
shit.
Not the world, in the USA. I'm going to read these off to you starting at number 5. Number 5 is Juicy Scoop with Heather McDonald.
I like Juicy.
I've literally not ever heard of that, but I may have to check them out. Number 4, Your Mom's House with Christina P. and Tom Segura. Number 4.
Who doesn't love Your Mom's House?
Number 3, Fly on the Wall with Dana Carvey and David Spade. Got it?
Feels like we're not going to make it.
As soon as you heard David Spade's name, you're like, oh, we're fucked.
Yeah, I know. Because he's not very funny, but he's funnier than us.
He's both of these gentlemen are funnier than us. Number 2,
Bullshit.
Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast.
That's crap.
Oh,
Shane
Shane Gillis.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, but Shane's. I almost got baited into saying something that was going to get us into trouble. But
Yeah, don't do that.
love you, Shane, but you're not that funny.
All right, so I told you all that to tell you this because the number one podcast, the number one comedy podcast on Apple Podcasts in
Girl
the USA.
Dinner.
They probably are going to be mad that they're not top, but let's the top one is everyone familiar? Is anybody out there that's listening to this not familiar with the Hawk Tua girl?
Oh, Jesus.
Her fucking podcast is number one.
Of course, who for now it is.
Who?
So
That sounds like
do I
that sounds
really
like
need to
Woodsy
explain
the
this?
Owl.
Maybe
Who?
there's people from that are not from the United States that are listening to us. That people in the Philippines who are like, I don't know what you're talking about.
She's probably bigger in the Philippines than she is here.
Her name is Haley Welch, and it's something we're giving her some airtime here now. Not that it fucking matters since no one's listening. She was being interviewed during I think probably just as the bars were closing.
It was a man on the street interview.
Yeah, man on the street interview, and somebody asked her like, how does she make a man feel special, or some derivative of
What's
that?
a move that she does in bed that makes a man jizz instantly?
Yeah, and she says, "You spit on that thing, Hawk Tua," and that's exactly what. And the world went, really? They all audibly said, really, but internally the entire world said, that's correct, and therefore she became famous. Thank you, sir. And just had to decide what to do with her 15 minutes of fame, which, we should all be so lucky. And she decided she was going to start a podcast called Talk Tua. I see what you did there. And it is now number one in the U.S. on Apple Podcasts.
Dude, it's a flash in the pan.
Yes,
I'm
but
downloading it
the
right
question for you guys is, what would you give to have that flash in the pan opportunity?
You know what? That's the thing, though.
Do you know what I mean? We may work. We've done the podcast now. We're at episode. This is, I think, number 290 something.
Well, I mean, technically, we don't know what episode this
We
one
don't,
is,
but we've done at this, as of this moment, we've done just under 300 episodes. We may do another 300 and still never get anywhere near the top 100 podcasts in the U.S. But to get
That's
to
some
number
bullshit.
one, even if it's only for 15 minutes.
well, as far as podcast wise,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I'd give too much for that. Like
Because do you feel like you'd want to have earned it in the eyes of the public? Like, these guys toiled and they slowly built their way up, and all of a sudden they're number one, but they worked hard to get there?
like if we did it like YMH,
Yeah.
and we put the time in and the effort and slowly gained our way up to that number one, then yeah, that'd be awesome.
Right.
But just because like one of us might say something insanely stupid,
Hawk Tua-ish.
yeah, and then
All of a sudden
we were
it's
number
rocking us
one.
up from number 125,000 to number one.
Yeah, I'd be like, well,
Let's just assume we were at 125. We might not even be at 125,000, to be honest with you.
I mean, yeah, it'd be cool, but I wouldn't be like, it's just it's a viral thing. Like I want it to be our actual content that takes
You
us.
think it would feel disingenuous?
Yeah.
If we,
Yeah.
Okay. Now, because of that, it sort of implies that you currently feel then that Haley Welch's turn at number one is disingenuous.
It is.
But she's been kind of put into an awkward position where she can't take back what she said, and it's a train that's going to roll for a particular amount of time, not very long, but it is rolling. And if you don't do anything, like, you'll never be on that train again, right? Like they say, when you're in your job, there are certain doors that open for you. Whatever you do, there are certain doors that open based on hopefully your hard work, number one. Number two, people that you know. And number three, just blind luck. And because of any one or a combination of those three, a door may open for you. And you have to make a decision. And sometimes you may have to sacrifice something in order to move through that door. And if you decide it's not worth me sacrificing that, and I don't feel that it's right for me to move through that door may never open for you again. And that's the decision you have to make.
No, and I'm not saying like I wouldn't want to make the best of it, but like even if something like that did happen for us, I'd want to try to take that one viral moment and turn it into something else for the rest of the podcast to keep longevity.
Yeah.
Well, you don't think she's doing that?
I
I haven't listened to it yet. But
I
don't think any of us have.
No,
but I think we all know. I don't think we have to listen to it to understand what she's doing.
And Todd, I honestly hope she is, but for someone like that, I don't know if she has the capability to now. Yeah, the podcast is number one right now, and again, yeah, none of us have listened to it, and I might take a listen to it just to see. Like, yeah, is this going to be something that can be long term for?
And you may be late to that game because I assume that's how she got to number one. Is people going like, I'll listen to it, see what she's all about.
Yeah. Maybe
she's got some podcasting skills. But they didn't know. They're like, I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
Yeah. You know what? You know who I feel the worst for in that entire situation, the Hatua situation?
Yeah.
The guy that was fucking interviewing her. He basically gave her the opportunity to become viral, and no one even knows who he is or cares about his channel or anything like that.
Well, he asked a innocuous question that he probably didn't know how she's going to answer. I mean, you can go back and watch this. It's online.
I know. But still, like
I'm not sure why he deserves credit for if there was any gold to be mined there. And I feel like she wasn't mining for it, but she just happened to fucking stumble upon it. It was in her answer, not the question.
I get that, and I'm not saying he deserves any of the credit. Like
he's probably kicking himself.
I would just be like, God damn! Like here's
you don't think he contacted Haley Welch going like, why don't you and I start a podcast? We can just do this back and forth forever.
I've been out at bars for years doing these interviews at night with people.
Yeah, getting my ass kicked, fucking spit in my eye, chew spit thrown in my eye.
So much equipment broken from people beating us down.
Yeah, punching the balls.
And then she goes on and says one thing, and she's fucking famous.
Yeah. Now, he did publish it, right? Because if he was a man on the street, I assume it was for his own podcast.
Yeah, or his own channel.
So he made the decision.
He had to glide a little bit of that.
He had to say like, time to post this video,
yep.
And by doing so, gave her that shot.
Yeah, I know. I just be like, God.
Now, if she, there's no way she could have the presence of mind to go like, I should give that guy a piece of the action, or I should give him a formal thank you, or shoot him.
She doesn't give two shits about him.
But she'd never been that. She'd never been famous before. She wasn't famous then, and she didn't know how famous she was going to get. So it kind of is what it is. That guy may feel like he got screwed out of some opportunity, but I would argue that, he just created the situation, and the situation didn't, the end result didn't involve him.
He just
he happened to be there. But look at it this way. He's still, no matter what happened to her after that clip, he was still in that clip. Everybody who watched that clip, and from what I understand, it was millions upon millions of people. He was still in the clip
for a little bit. When she says the infamous line, they do the TikTok thing where it scrolls over to just her. So yeah. He's really not in the viral aspect of the video.
Yeah. So if you're gonna feel sorry for him in any way, I guess that's it, right?
Yeah.
Like at the moment of truth, they cut away from you to focus on her. You just don't know. You
live and you learn, I guess, right?
But hey, I'm sitting on this now getting cold shot. Did you already do yours?
No, why'd you sit on it?
Cold.
You should have left it on the
I
table.
was talking. We were. Am I doing this by myself?
No, I have mine still.
Okay.
And Todd's pouring.
Todd?
I'm pouring.
All right. Let us know when you're ready. While Todd's getting ready, and hey.
I know, punk bitch. You ready?
Again with the punk bitch. Here we go. Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
Salute.
I will say, switching from Fireball to Pink Whitney is much easier if you happen to sit in the shop for a while and it gets a little warm.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Warm Fireball is just
dog shit.
It's horrible. It's horrible. How are we doing on time, Cory?
I got about another 20.
All right. I want to move then into...
Say, Bob.
Oh, hold on. Yep.
I had an idea for our viral moment. When I get back to Michigan, you know what we're going to do?
I can't wait to hear.
Because I think Cory, we were on the verge when Cory did his first, his eating expedition in the shower.
The shower orange video?
The shower video.
And then the shower cake video? Let's remind people.
The shower cake.
It's out there.
The shower cake, it's out there.
Yeah.
That I think would almost tip the scales in our favor to be in the #1 podcast. But I had a new idea. When I get back to town,
Yeah.
you and I are going to have some blow guns, and we're going to blow gherkins up Cory's butt in the shower, and that's going to push us right over the edge.
As long as you guys are naked in the shower with me, I'm all for it.
Why do we have to be naked?
Okay, you can wear a shower cap too.
I think since Cory's got that eating thing in the shower down, I think we should do some reverse eating in there. I think that's going to push us over the top. We number one.
Reverse eating?
Hang on. Yeah. Wait, wouldn't reverse eating being like to get me to shit in the shower somehow?
No. That's the normal flow of things.
Holy
Reverse
cow.
eating.
I don't like where this is going, so we're moving into existential question.
Existential question of the week.
Oh, have you found another theme song that tickles Todd into peals of laughter?
Really tickles the taint there.
Because it is so stupid. It's so freaking lazy.
I don't know if I would have used that word to describe it, but okay. All right, boys. First question here. What is your superpower?
We can pick any superpower we want.
What is your superpower?
Oh, that like we currently have.
Yeah.
Oh, I got that. I got the Kavorka.
Go ahead. Oh, that's your
I
superpower?
That is my superpower.
You want to explain for those non-U.S. Listeners out there what the Kavorka means?
I do not. You can explain it.
It's your answer, buddy.
Yeah, but I gave it. That's my superpower.
Again.
You can look it up. I got the Kavorka.
Yeah, look
That's
it
what I
up
got.
where?
No, we gotta let the people know what it is.
Todd.
What?
It's
the lure
your
of it's the lure of the animal.
Okay. With the opposite sex.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
No,
it's the
same sex? All right.
Yeah, actually,
Cory?
man, haven't struck that gold yet.
It's not for lack of mining. Cory?
Huh. That's a good question.
Yeah, I can go first if you want.
Go ahead.
Spelling.
Bullshit. You can't even pronounce YouTube.
I didn't say pronunciation. I said spelling.
He can't pronounce it, but he can spell the shit out of it, Todd.
How do you spell tintinabulation? Go.
TIN AB U LATION.
I feel like that was wrong.
I feel like you get it wrong too.
I'm glad I don't care about how you feel. So,
and you didn't say the word first or say it last. You get
this isn't a
disqualified
fucking
from your
spelling bee,
bee.
bitch.
You'd have been
This is a
disqualified.
podcast, which I'm the host of.
So my superpower is I can fly. You guys want me to prove it? I'll go jump off the porch right now. That's basically what you just did with your spelling.
I know.
I don't think anybody proved me wrong. So
Okay, if you want me to, I'll
go right ahead.
Oh man. Okay.
See, this is time you could be spending giving your answer.
Yeah, you were definitely wrong.
Yeah?
Yep.
Spell it.
TINTINN
I missed an N.
I thought there was a double N,
ABULATION.
I missed that N.
Yes, you did.
yeah. You did. So you're not a good speller.
You know, every
Next
once in a while,
superpower?
Choose another one. Choose another one.
every once in a
I got
while,
one.
Superman gets fucking duped by a little tiny piece of kryptonite from Lex Luthor, but he fucking comes back.
Spell entrepreneur.
What else you got?
Spell entrepreneur.
ENTREPRENEUR.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Get that extra E in
Cory.
there. I thought you were going to miss that one.
No.
I don't know, man. That's a very good question.
Yeah, I thought so.
It's very existential in ways.
Hence the name of the segment. We only ask existential questions during the existential question of the week segment.
How about that?
Yeah. Shall I move on and we can come back to it? give it a little more thought?
Yeah, because I kind of had an answer, but I used it for another existential question a while back, so I don't want to give the same.
Which one was that?
What are you like? Something like, what are you really good at that most people aren't? My
Oh,
answer
and you're viewing that as being the same as what is your superpower?
No. Because my answer for that, I was gonna give the same answer for this.
Well, I can't speak for Todd. I can only speak for me. But I can tell you that the odds of me remembering that you already gave that answer are very slim.
I know that.
So you only have to convince Todd that answer is something that you haven't given before. Why don't you give it a try?
Parallel parking.
Oh, I do remember that.
I
would have been honest with you. I'd been like, I don't know what you're talking about. Todd was the only one you had to convince. But okay, let's.
Got it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Teaching myself how to video edit.
Yeah, that's hard to argue, man. You've been the captain of the video editing.
And the Tennille.
Well played. I see what you did there.
Little
muskrat love for Cory.
All self-taught.
I know you got that, but Cory did not.
No, before my time.
Yeah. So the peek behind the curtain, which I think we've been very, very open about, is I take care of the audio edits for the audio platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts, etc. But the video on YouTube, that is strictly Cory's realm. So anything that you see, if you're following us on YouTube, with the intro to the video, the cuts, the editing, the outro, that's all Cory.
That's all TT.
And he's it's to the point where we've talked specifically in the past about trying to make sure that we weren't stovepiped in our skills, that we had everyone had a backup, right? Yep. We're a multi-threaded podcast. If somebody dropped out, couldn't do it, we could still go on and do the podcast and get the audio and the video done. It's easier said than done because it requires free time for everybody to devote and then work together to try to teach someone else what you do. And we're getting better at that. We're working on it. But, as of today, Cory is the almost 300 episodes, the master of the video. So I would agree with that.
Well, thank you.
Bob.
Yes.
Spell sacrilegious.
SACRI. No, sorry. Sorry. Back it
sacrificial.
That would have been sacrificial. SACR. EL. Oh, did I get that fucking wrong?
You did.
Maybe I should Google this.
You were on the right track the first time.
Was I? Like Cory talked me out of it?
Yep.
SACRILIGEOUS. Fuck.
You're close.
All right. Well, this is my unreliable superpower.
I know. Can you spell fuchsia? Here's the layup for you.
Oh, FUSCHIA.
Dude, you're a
What?
shitty speller.
Spell it.
FUCHSIA.
Fuck me. I'm hoping that it's because of the. I can't believe I'm really embarrassed about this. I'm hoping that is the multiple sun cruisers and shots of Pink Whitney that are torpedoing me today. But
I didn't even ask you the hard ones.
I know. Fuck. Yeah, this is quite embarrassing, and I'm probably not going to live this down for a while.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I'm the one that said it.
Bob.
Yeah.
Let me give you a layup because
I don't even want to.
I got this one wrong at my spelling bee.
Yeah.
Quick, fast, in a hurry. Spell doctor.
That almost hurts more than getting the other ones wrong. To be honest with you, I wish you might as well have given me something like anti-disestablishmentarianism. Don't ask me to spell doctor.
I was actually going to say, you know what the longest word in the English unabridged dictionary is?
No.
Todd, any guesses?
No.
Pneumono ultramicroscopic silicone volcaniosis.
That's nice. Can you spell it?
I can spell it. It's 46 characters long, though, so buckle up.
All right. We got time for one more, Cory?
Yeah.
All right. This is a little easier going, and it's definitely not going to trap me into an answer that I'm going to regret getting. What do you enjoy doing that you don't get to do often? Tell me if we've done this one before.
Don't think we have.
I don't think so either. I think I've hit upon a series of cards, and I'm going to mark these that we have not done yet. This is uncharted territory.
Is Cory going to say spanking it?
Oh no,
I don't know.
That's like 6 or 7 times a day.
Well, no, hold on. The second part of that is
very often.
Don't get to do often. I don't think that qualifies.
Yeah, no. As a matter of fact, I just stepped away for a second to go rub one out real quick. I've gotten that good at it. It just doesn't take too long at all.
Yeah. What do you? Let me just restate the question because I feel like Todd's going to ask me to. What do you enjoy doing that you don't get to do often?
Well, mine's easy.
Go ahead.
Play Monopoly.
Really?
Yeah.
The board game.
Yep.
Now we're talking about Black Monopoly because we've covered this before.
I'll beat you down in Black Monopoly, White Monopoly.
Okay,
Latino
doesn't
Monopoly.
matter.
Asian Monopoly is a little bit tougher.
Is it?
All that Shanghaiing going on.
I don't want your racist connotations in there. I'm just saying it's a little bit tougher.
Wow, you got me with that one. Okay. All right. So you love. I did not. We've talked about.
I love board games, man.
Yeah, we've talked about your love for board games, but I did not know that it would translate over to other questions. So your love for Monopoly is definitely stronger than I thought it was.
Yeah, like it, love it. I like it's the art of the barter, man. I mean, you know me in real life. I like to barter.
Yeah.
And Monopoly is that.
You love to barter.
I do.
So Todd, kind of a side question, I guess. Would you say is Monopoly your like number one board game then?
I think you'd have to.
I think I'd have to. I can't. I would love to play Risk more, but that's a little bit more complicated. A lot of people don't play Risk. I love Risk. I think Risk could be better if I had more people who would play with me.
Risk, I don't think I've ever actually played it, but I know that's a very Monopoly's involved, but Risk is like a whole nother level of involvement into a board game.
I bought Risk, and
it's still
once I bought it once the kids had already grown like beyond the point of them being interested in it. But I'm like, oh, this is something I really like to try. So I bought the game, and then I met Lori, whose son is 13, and I got them to play it once with me. And you know how when you play Monopoly, if you're not winning, it's a dark game. Right, it's full of tragedy and
Todd. Okay, let's just hang on. Let's paint a picture here real quick.
Yeah.
So there's Bob
sitting
in, let's say, Lori's kitchen because it hurts more when it's at your own house.
I'm gonna say it was in my kitchen.
No. For
your
story's sake,
made up scenario. That's
exactly.
You're in Lori's kitchen.
Yeah.
Of the house that the home that she owns.
Right.
With her son. 13, young and impressionable.
Yeah. Yep. I can already see this.
But technically he was actually 12 at the moment.
Okay. Even better.
Makes it even better. Yeah.
And Bob is just killing it at Risk. Yeah. And he's sitting there,
I'm not.
And Griffin's just sitting there staring at Bob like with a little tear running down his face. And
Lori's crocodile tear.
Lori's just staring at him like, why are you doing this to us? And Bob just wins the game, stands up, flips the table. He's like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the end of it. Griffin goes to bed as a sad kid.
I know. Crying, pillows all wet.
Lori rolls over,
doesn't
doesn't say a word to Bob the rest of the night. But Bob's basking in the glory of winning Risk.
I actually think that I would love to play with Lord Griffin and you and me, because I feel like the times that we've spent time with him.
Oh, I'll slap Griffin with some of those Risk cards.
Yeah, but Lori's not the type of person's like make sure my kid wins.
No, which is
special
good.
treatment. No, she's like what happens, and this is life.
I'm not saying
I love
It's
nothing
risk.
more than playing
I like
a game
life
with
too,
him.
but it's risk.
I love nothing more than playing a game with him or doing something, and when he's winning, just giving him shit the entire time. But still respecting the fact that he's winning and I'm losing.
I guess you want to teach him that. Yeah, even though you're winning, you're still not good.
Exactly.
At this.
I'm an adult and I can still match.
kind of, sort of.
Guess what, though, kid? I'm still winning at life. Unlike you, because you're a
Exactly.
child.
Exactly.
Well, I feel like that goes without saying.
Watch where I
since
put
I'm
my wiener tonight.
dating his mama.
Watch.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't
That's
listen to
not
this.
how I put that, just for the record.
Don't listen to this, Griffin.
Right.
I think I said that a little too late, Todd. Next question.
Did we all answer this question?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think I answered this question.
I don't think you did either, Bob.
Yeah. What now I have to clarifying question to myself. What do I enjoy doing that I don't get to do often? That's a really tough one because I'm these days.
I didn't answer.
A lot of
either.
cats are out of line. Oh, we also you didn't answer either?
No.
All right, so I don't feel so fucking bad. Yeah, these days I'm kind of I've got a lot of alone time. Work from home. Jack is helping, his mother-in-law, and so there's like days and weeks at a time where I'm just here by myself,
Wait,
me and the
huh?
dog.
Who's Jack's mother-in-law? When did he
Sorry,
get?
Jack's grandma.
Oh, okay. I was like,
My mother-in-law,
Okay,
Jack's
yeah.
grandma.
Shit, I'm like,
Jesus.
Yeah.
I did. I'm like, Cory, I did the same. I'm like,
Hey, by the
wait a
way, he's
minute.
married.
No, I mean, Cecilia got married, right?
No. This is grandmother. I misspoke. Yeah, sorry about that. So a lot of time here, just me and the dog. So there's really not a whole lot that I don't often get a chance to do.
Get your spank on early. Spank on.
I'm gonna say reading. I mean, based on that fucking pile of books in the bookcase, none of which I've read yet. There's a lot of work I got to do there.
Todd, you've been to Bob's house. You know the bookcase he's referring to, right?
I'll send you a picture, Todd.
Okay.
Well,
It's a formidable 4-shelf bookcase of.
either way, I've known
Yeah.
Bob ever since I was probably 10, 11?
Sure. Yeah.
That bookcase contains all the exact same books in the exact same order.
That is not true. That is not true because when you were younger, there were no books in that bookshelf. There have only been books in that bookshelf since 2013.
Yeah, that's when I remember them being there.
Yeah. Okay. And then since then, there were also only 2 shelves full of books. The rest were full of knickknacks and bric-a-brac and shit, not books.
Paddywhacks.
And technically, one of those shelves
Dog
is
and bone.
one of those shelves is movies, not books. So
I'm sorry.
Which are
I'm sorry.
all still wrapped in cellophane.
that's the to be watched list. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Big list, buddy.
Again,
Dude,
this is to answer the question. I enjoy reading, and I don't get to do it often enough because I have other pursuits, like vinyl, like this podcast, like work, Lori, my kids, crocheting. There's so many things.
Cross hatching.
Cross hatching.
Can you spell crochet?
Oh, sorry.
Cross hatching.
You just put
I
it.
just put it in, and yeah.
Can we give you a reprieve? Can you spell crochet?
Moving on. Hey, I think Cory's the last one to answer this one, and then we're going to end the show for the week.
So I would have to say kayaking. We get to we get to
That's
do
a
it.
great answer.
But even this summer, I didn't go out anywhere near as much as I would have liked to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd do it every weekend.
More
if
than
I
last summer, I think.
could. A little bit more.
But definitely not as much as the 2 or 3 previous summers.
Yeah. Yeah, so kayaking.
Yeah, we've invested money in the kayaks, invested money in all of the gear. But, yeah, that's a great answer. I don't know why I feel shitty that I didn't think of it, but you're absolutely right.
Well, we need to rectify that next summer.
Yes, we do.
Very good answer. Spell rectify.
Todd Dillon, thank you for joining. It has been a pleasure.
REC-tify.
R-ectify. On that note, that's the episode for the week. Thank you very much for joining us. Catch us here next week and go out and listen to previous episodes. Anywhere you get a podcast. Peace out.
See you.